Hi, boys and girls. I hope you had a good weekend. Today is Tuesday, January 19th, and we are going to be working on grammar today. And for grammar, we have this, and then it has a back to it that looks like this. Okay. We have been talking about verbs. I hope you remember what verbs are. Verbs are action words. They are doing words. Okay? But when we talk about verbs, there are different kinds of verbs. Just like when we talked about nouns, there were plural nouns and proper nouns and possessive nouns and common nouns. Verbs, there are different kinds of verbs too. And so the kinds of verbs that we're going to be talking about are past, present, and future verbs. So, past means it already happened. Okay? So past is, those are verbs that already happened. So I'm just going to write already happened. Okay? Present means it's happening right now. Happening now. Oh, that W doesn't look very good. This is already happened, happening now. And in the future, it will happen. It will happen. We are going to practice some of this. So, you probably, if you're sitting, you could stand up. You might not need to stand up, really. We are going to practice. The first, we're going to practice when they're in the past, in the present, in the future. The first one we're going to do is brush. Okay? So you can either brush your teeth or brush your hair or pretend you're brushing a dog. Okay? So brush. Right now we brush our teeth. That means we're doing it right now. It is a present tense verb, brush. Okay? Now we're done. That means we brushed. It's in the past. We brushed. And usually when we do something in the past, we add ed. So for present, we brush. This is in the present. In the past, we brushed. We add ed to the end of it. For past. I can't remember what I said. Brushed. Okay? That means we already did it. Now we're going to think about later tonight or tomorrow, depending on if you were brushing a dog or brushing your hair. We will brush. Tonight I will brush my teeth. So we add that word will in front of it. That is in the future. We will brush. Okay, let's do another one. Paint. Paint. I'm going to pretend I'm working on a wall. Paint. Or you could paint a picture. Paint. This is what right now we're in the present. Paint. In the present. Now we're done. What did we do? We painted. Painted. We'd have to add that ed to the end of it. Painted. I'm not done. So tomorrow I will paint again in the future. I will paint. This time pretend you have some binoculars. Okay? And we're outside and we want to see some birds. So we look with our binoculars. Right now, in the present, we look. All right, we're done. So we looked. We add the ed. We looked for some birds. Later, maybe you have your sister or brother come out, and you will look again in the future. You will look again. Now, let's pretend that we chop wood. I'm not very good at chopping. Chop. Right now we chop. It's in the present. Chop. Okay, we stop. It's in the past now. So we chopped. We would add ed. It already happened. Chopped. Because my arm was tired, so I have to rest, and then I'm going to do it again. I will chop. I will chop. Let's think about one more. What could we do? A lot of the words I'm thinking of, we would change the spelling. Those are the only ones I wrote down. Let's do you see like your cousin or someone. This is before the virus. And you run up and you hug them. You hug them. Maybe you hug your dog or something. You hug. So that's happening in the present. Hug. Now you're done. It's already done, so it's in the past now. So you hugged. You hugged. You would add ed. You hugged your dog or your cousin or whoever. And then, you're excited again and you're thinking about it, and so you will hug again in the future. You will hug. So present means it's happening now. Past means it already happened, so you add ed. Future is you will say will. You will do it. Okay. A little tricky. Lot to remember. That's why we'll practice with this. So how about your paper? At the bottom first, we're going to talk about this bottom part. Underline this. Most past tense verbs end in ed. Like walk becomes walked. We walk. We stop. So we walked with ed. Jack walked to school. Okay. Underline this, add will before a verb to form the future tense. So, walk becomes will walk. Jack will walk to school the next time. So he walked to school already, and then the next time he will walk to school again in the future. So here we have these words. We're going to start in the present each time. We're going to start in the middle each time. Well, maybe not each time, but at least this one. All right, so play. Play. Right now, we play a board game. We play outside. We play a video game right now in the present. Now we stop and we say we played. It happened in the past. Played. Later, we will play again. Okay, let's look at this word skip. Skip. This is in the present. In the past, so we're done, we skipped. Okay, this is when you really have to watch me because sometimes the words get spelled different, and that's something we will talk about, but right now we're not. So when we write the word skipped, it actually has two P's in it. skipped. This is something we'll learn this year, but not right now. Skipped. Okay? Now in the future, what will we have the word be? We skip right now. We already skipped. Tomorrow we will skip. So it goes back to the original word, will skip. So it just has one P. It changes when we add that ED. We will skip. Okay, the next word, they gave us the past, opened. Yesterday we opened the mail. Or at Christmas we opened our presents. If we were doing it right now, did somebody say it? Open. Open, it's just the original word. We call it the root word or the base word, which we'll learn this year too. Open. Okay, tomorrow we will open. I hope you're saying it, at least in your head. We will open. Okay, will bark. When we take that dog outside later, he will bark. So it will happen in the future when we add will. What about right now? Bark. Bark means the present. Bark. So, past, he barked, or she barked. We add that ED. Sounds like a T, which we've talked about that before. Sounds like a T sometimes, but it's ED, barked. Shovel. Shovel, kind of like dig, we shovel. Usually you think about really with snow, we shovel the snow, which some of you maybe helped with a couple weeks ago. Shovel, but you're already done. So a couple weeks ago you shoveled. Shoveled. You shoveled. You add that ED to the end. When it snows again, in the future, what will we say? You will shovel. Will shovel. Okay, skated, skated. Maybe on the ice you pretended that you skated. Our driveway could have skated. So if it was happening right now, we skate, skate. Skate. And in the future, next time when it's icy, or if you go somewhere, you will skate. You will skate. Okay, before we turn it on the other side, we're remembering in the present, it means it's happening right now. Past means it already happened and we're adding ed. In the future, we say will. We will do that. You will read later today. Okay? Pause if you need to see that more. Let's turn it over. This is something that we've already talked about before, so this should be easy, adding commas in a list. So underline just to remember, when you write 3 or more words in a list, put a comma after the first 2 words. So easy. Okay, so circle the commas in the sentence. Read the sentence. Everybody read the sentence. This is a simple sentence. I'm going to give you a minute to read it. Okay. We like cats, dogs, and fish. All right, we're just going to circle the commas. Cats, commas, dogs, commas, and fish. So they're putting commas between nouns in that one. Cats is a noun, dogs is a noun, fish. Okay, now for 2, 3, 4, and 5, we're adding the commas to the sentence. I hope you're reading it. Kent will see Jen, that's the soft G, Pam, and June at school. So where is the list? What is the list? Kent will see Jen, Pam, and June. Okay? So it's going to be Kent will see Jen, comma, Pam, comma, and June. Jen, comma, Pam, comma, and June at school. There, the list. He's listing who he is going to see at school. We don't put a comma after and. No. Okay, the frog jumped over the stick, bug, and rake. It's kind of in the picture. The frog jumped over the stick, bug, and rake. It almost was tricky because there is a bug called the stick bug, but because they showed the picture, we can tell it's just a stick. So the frog jumped over the stick, comma, bug, comma, and rake. Number 4. I will wash my red, pink, and white pack. I will wash my red, pink, and white pack. Where do the commas go? My red, comma, pink, comma, and white pack. And number 5, we will dress up in wigs, hats, and capes. We will dress up in wigs, hats, and capes. Wigs, comma, hats, comma, and capes. Okay, before we're done, let's think about what we talked about, past, present, and future verbs. So some of these sentences talked about present, talked about past, and talked about future. Number 1, we like cats, dogs, and fish. Was that talking about now in the present? Was it talking about the past or is it talking about the future? It is the present. We like. It didn't say we liked. It didn't say we will like. So it's in the present. Number 2, Kent will see Jen, Pam, and June at school. Is that past, present, or future? I hope you said it. Future. He will see. Will see means it already happened. No, means it will happen. It will happen. Number 3, the frog jumped over the stick, bug, and rake. Is that present? Is that past? Or is it future? Past. He already did it. It has ED on the end. Number 4, I will wash my red, pink, and white pack. I will wash means it's happening in the future. And number 5, we will dress up in wigs, hats, and capes. Did you say it? Future. We will dress up. So we had 1 in the present, 3 in the future, and 1 in the past. So remembering, past means that it already happened. Those actions have already happened. Past tense verbs. Present tense means it's happening right now. Future means it will happen. Future tense. So, okay, I hope you guys are doing some reading, really practicing your reading to become better readers. And I will see you guys again. Have a good rest of your day. Work hard. Bye.